Welcome back to the channel, folks. Today, a little late to the party, but today we're going to go over the new champion, Herja. I'm not exactly sure what the correct pronunciation is, but definitely, if you know, drop it down in the comments below, or feel free to call me out. All right, so, I don't want Steed, I want Stag. There we go. So, I think aesthetically, this champion looks phenomenal. Definitely pretty cool with the one wing there. And a relic, I think, is pretty awesome as well. And I think she's going to be a pretty versatile champion. She seems kind of like she can do some stuff that Morgan does, but not quite as good as Morgan. But it is nice to have someone in the Stag favor that can do some of these debuffs, right? Because no one else currently in this game that Stag can do these types of debuffs that she can. So, unfortunately, I didn't have to go all the way to Mercy to pull this champion. So right now, I only had 50 of the special rep summons, and I had to finish off with some crystals just to get her on the account. But at least I can't complain too much. I am excited that I do have her on the account. And like I said, I think she's going to do great things for the Stag's favor. So she's only offered up with their Frost Relic for now, but we'll take a look through her kit. So looking at her 8-1 Ruthless Amputation. Attacks one enemy 2 times, so damage 30% of attack. Each point of effect accuracy, right, is going to boost her attack, so they're going to make sure you put it with effect accuracy. And then 70% chance for the last hit deflect defense decrease 1 for 1 turn. So I even think even up on our higher Chivalries that the turn rate doesn't go up. She can, I think, also counterattack with some of the other Stags, which kind of stinks. It's only for 1 turn, but hey, we'll take what we get, right? Because not a whole lot of defense down champions in this game. Attacks for an enemy damage 172% of attack, which is much better. 100% chance to inflict defense decrease 1 on the selected target for 1 turn. So again, it's only going to be 1 turn target. Or I'm sorry, 1 turn defense down on the 1 target. And as you can see, I used all of the Storm Relics that I had. Not the Storm Relics, but the Storm Books. And thankfully a lot of them went to her A3, and mostly to her A2. But I will have to just keep going in and farming the dungeon every day to get more of those books. But on to A3, a Slaughtering Tornado. Attacks all enemies 5 times. All right, this is where she becomes more viable with the Flaming Pinvid, which I think she was supposed to be meant for, and with some of the events going on, right, you're supposed to use her in that Hall of Conquerors stage anyways. But she's attacking 5 times with 110% attack, right? But again, that effect accuracy doing more damage for you. Then she's also doing the defense down for 1 turn. Which again, wish it was more than 1 turn, right? But I think once you unlock some of her count further on with more Chivalries, that you will get some counterattack, I do believe. But I digress. Looking at her passives here, Overture of Revenge. Thinks they did a pretty cool job of naming her abilities as well. But when using skill 1, 100% chance to grant each ally effect accuracy increase 1. Be nice if that was increased 2, but again, it is nice that we at least buffing her accuracy, because again, she's doing more damage with that accuracy. So Torn Wing, when using skill 2, 100% chance to inflict Riven Shadow, which is when hit, 100% chance to take additional damage 1 time. Damage is 0.1% attack plus 50% attack plus attack. Okay, so it's kind of confusing there. 100% chance to take additional damage 1 time. So she's taking additional damage 0.1% attack plus 50. Huh. Oh, I guess it's talking about on the target. So the target's going to be taking more damage. That's pretty cool. So 100% chance, individual chance to remove a normal status immunity from each enemy, but obviously some abnormal status immunities cannot be removed. Now I'm curious if this will work in the Dimensional Rift, because in some of the levels you do have some of the characters you're going up against where they do have that normal status immunity, and it doesn't go away. So I will have to definitely try her out there and see if that's the case. If you guys have already done that, feel free to let me know what you've done and where you used her at to see where all that might go into effect. So looking at our third passive, when attacking, 100% chance to inflict hits taken to attack down on the second target for 2 turns. So overall, not a bad kit. Again, be great if that defense down was for more than just the 1 turn, right? So you can make sure that your damage dealers are making sure they're maximizing their damage because that decreased defense. So we'll take a look at her chivalries here real quick. So Falling Temptation enhances to affect resistance on the target for 2 turns. So that changes over there. Over to Revenge skill effect. So when using CL to grant, also she's adding extra vigor for your team when you get her second chivalry. Third chivalry changes that where the enemy's taking more damage to Shadow Despair. So total damage looks like it's doing more damage than it was previously, yeah. So it's just basically the same thing, it's just doing more damage. Shield level 4, Falling Temptation skill enhancement. So you inflict damage taken increase 2 on the target for 2 turns. So that'll be huge getting her level 4. That makes her more like Morgan, where she's doing the defense down, but also having that damage increase, right? That'll be huge. So I would say probably get her to Chivalry 4 if you can. And then if you get lucky enough to get her to the 5th one at the start of the battle, stack whatever's Oath of Blood, where it says Oath of Blood when attacking Herja to use skill 1. So I think that's where she can come in and do that attack, coming back in as a counterattack option, right? Then shield level 6, just kind of boosting up her additional stats. So I think, but once you typically, if you get the shield level 5, I think you get the free one. But definitely, if you have the means, I'm not saying go out and spend the money. I'm not spending money on this champion to try to get more chivalries. I'm just using the resources that I have. But if you at least get a shield level 4 where she's doing that damage taken increase would be huge. Then obviously getting her more HP and stuff. So we'll take a quick look. So I have used her already in the Flaming Pinvid, and I do have her in a Vigor and Accuracy set. Obviously because of the accuracy, because of that more damage, but I'm also, just because of what I have on account, I'd like to have this as attack or something else other than crit rate. But I wanted to get her in a bigger set to help out the rest of the team. And I do have an effect accuracy on her necklace. And then again, effect accuracy on her belt. Then just going with attack speed, so I got broken pieces down here, just trying to maximize some damage. And then crit damage on here because I don't have her in a crit damage set, or just to try to get a little bit more damage because I don't have a Pierce banner that's available to use on her versus having it on one of my other champions. So we'll take a quick look of at a Hollow Conquerors. I'm not going to do a deep dive into this. I'll do another video on Hollow Conquerors like I usually do. But this is the team I'm kind of using right now. Up to 42 hearts. And again, this is a lot of RNG involved in this. And then, but what is great about her is this leader effect that I missed going over her kit. Is that grants all allies attack up 20%, which is huge. But then also if you're a stag, you get an extra 10% max HP. So I don't have the means to keep these champions alive. So if you go to look at what some of the main teams are doing, or like what's kind of meta now, is they're using her, but you can see, like, for example, this person, thought they have her maxed out, right? Fully Awakened, level 70, probably have all of her chivalries done, right? Obviously. So I'm not looking to get anywhere close to this damage, but it is pretty neat just to come and take a look at what some other teams are doing for their setup. But for now, because of the equipment that I have and where my champions are with the chivalries, I'm just not quite there yet. But overall, I think it is a pretty cool update, and I think that she is a pretty cool champion. And I think, like I said, she looks pretty darn amazing. So I'll be going to, once I get more energy, pushing through to get more of her skills boosted up. Try to see if I can get her maxed out on her passes all the way. And then just try to push more hearts, right, each time or each week, especially in the Hollow Conquerors. But that's all I have for you guys today. Definitely, if there's some certain content you guys would like to see, definitely drop it in the comments below. And as always, thanks for stopping by.